In step 4, we're going to disable the HTTP patch method. Previously, we configured the Spring Data REST APIs for read-only, and we disabled get, post, and delete. However, we also need to disable the HTTP patch because someone could still patch data to those endpoints, and so it's an issue that we need to resolve. Here's our coding here for mydatarestconfig.java. We have those list of methods in an array, put, post, delete, and we simply add patch, and everything else will work out just fine because all of those other lines of code make use of the same array for the unsupported actions. Okay, with step 5, we need to modify the Spring Data REST detection strategy. So by default, Spring Data REST will expose the REST APIs for the Spring Data REST repositories. This works in general, but you may not want to expose all of your repositories. For example, in our case, we have a customer repository, but we don't want to expose this as a REST API. We only want to use it internally, like for checking if a customer email exists or not. The REST endpoint/API/customers is currently exposed, and we don't want that. So let's go ahead and fix this ASAP. All right, so let's talk first about the Spring Data REST detection strategies. There's different ones available. So there's the all strategy. So in this strategy, Spring Data REST will expose all Spring Data repositories regardless of their Java visibility or annotation configuration. There's also the default strategy. So this strategy exposes public Spring Data REST repositories or ones explicitly annotated with @repository_REST_resource and has the exported attribute not set to false. And you'll see some examples of this. The visibility strategy exposes only public Spring Data REST repositories regardless of annotation configuration. So public using the public keyword. The annotated strategy only exposes Spring Data REST repositories explicitly annotated with @repository_REST_resource, and its exported attribute is not set to false. So I like the annotated because it only exposes the ones that are explicitly annotated. And so this is a good approach for our app, and this is what we'll use. So using the annotated strategy. So here we have the state repository. So we annotate the repository with @repository_REST_resource exported equals true. And in fact, we really don't need the value of true because the default value of exported is true. So we don't have to explicitly list it here. We could simply just give the annotation by itself. Now we need to configure the detection strategy. So we need to tell the system, hey, use the annotated strategy. So in our application.properties file, we set up Spring Data REST.detection strategy equals annotated. Okay, this looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and move into the videos and let's start writing some code.